Oh, you're getting some some rave reviews, Hunter.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're actually on the hill right now, talking to some of the senators and Congress folks about Mars. So I'm in the cafeteria right now. Just finished lunch, so apologize for the background noise, but we're trying to get everyone on board.
So are you in the cafeteria of the Capitol?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty unique place to hold the AMA from.
Yeah, why not? But it seems like a lot of people are on board with Mars initiatives, which is fantastic. So,
Yeah,
um,
that is great. Have you actually received the feedback or questions from the senators and congressmen?
so we're gonna like we basically shared some information with them, and then
Yep.
we're gonna start the dialogue essentially. So it's
Nice.
gonna be a little bit of a back and forth, but we're hitting as many people as we can.
Yeah, I can't say as though I'm totally surprised by the fact that there would be a lot of enthusiasm. But it's always good to hear, right? Like that's the other aspect of it too, right? Um, just keep getting that enthusiasm confirmed, right?
Yeah.
So
Well, one of the senators is Mark Kelly. He actually had
yeah,
a spacesuit in his office,
that is
which was
awesome.
hilarious. Yeah. So we'll wait for a couple more people to join. And thank you for all the Barachain folks that are here. I see Andri SK, Rafero, Chad Labs is of course an OG, as we all know. Really, are you allegiant to Wax or Barachain? What's the chain of choice for you, or both? And John, space themed lunch. As much as a poke bowl is space themed,
All right, let's
oh
roll.
yeah, let's roll. Um, why don't you start with the dev update?
Yeah, definitely. So, um, we are a couple of things. So, first of all, we've been doing a lot of work just to support the Baronaut airdrop. So that's super exciting. We were talking with Hunter about it today to try to even give you all that are involved more support to see results and things like that. So we're continuing to work on that. So that's pretty exciting. We also then we're also actually have some new functionality that should be coming out. And it's going to come out next week, I believe, is when we've now slated it, which is around the notifications, around notifications for skills and achievements. And it's going to be a nice little experience where if you get a new skill or a new achievement, it's going to show up as highlighted within the UX, and it's a nice little experience to give you a little bit more insight into what's new. And then we're also going to have a new UI, some new UI updates to the crafting experience, in addition to a different. We're going to a 20-60-20 crafting recipe split. So we've got updates to that. I don't know if you're going to talk about that, Hunter, or if we need to, but we'll have new UI aspects to that too. It makes the experience much easier, adding some filtering, things like that. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And then we're also making the change that we have talked about to take the hazards from 8 hours back down to 1 hour. So that change we are in the process of working on right now. Again, next week that should be up and running and in the game. And we're thinking, and then based on the feedback from the community, this should be a good change and make the playability much better as well. So we've got that. The last thing I'll say too is that we have been working on, we're continuing to work on the Outpost Surge game that we've been showing here. We finished up the cool card effects, so that's pretty awesome. Just, and now we're doing what we're sort of what we're terming the refinement phase. So we're entering a really nice phase to that, sort of getting towards the end game, which is refinement. So happy about that, and that is what I have this week, Hunter.
Awesome. Thanks for that update. Yeah, and we also shipped a lot of really good stuff this week. Maybe we can talk quickly about like auto repair and some of the things we did there as well.
Was that this week? I guess it was early.
Yeah.
I guess it was early this week. I totally spaced it. I kept thinking it was last week. Yeah, we got auto repair, auto reactivate. All of that is out. The bounties. So all of that is in the production game and should be playable. And in fact, we got activity right away on that, which was really fun. And so, is there anything else I missed then, Hunter?
Man, I mean, there's so much. Not that you missed. There's just so much that we did. Like, also, I just want to like take a minute to say the team has done an amazing job with just like fixing bugs here and there as we go along and just making the experience, that 1% better every single day. And like we did things like with the expansion missions, now they're much more stable. We obviously had a little issue with one of the ownership cards not being there, which prevented claiming, but that was fixed. We've been configuring convoys and other missions. We're probably going to need one more cycle to get the store, when we add new items to the store, like that as smooth as possible, but it's definitely getting a lot smoother there. And we did things like hazard contingency, I think was one of the innovations that we needed to add in. So we added the logic there. Things like we adjusted the numbers of repair production for repair producing items. So that's now at the 900%, which was a discussion we had last AMA. So that was big. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's all these like smaller things that are really cool. I don't know if you guys saw on the profile balances are now loading in now we changed the color to gold for Marcia instead of gray, which was a feature request you guys had. So yeah, it's just like all that stuff is making things more and more stable, which is, I think, fantastic. Chad Labs, aka the Martian, said you guys fixed like 30 mistakes with this update. We never call them mistakes, we just call them adjustments. Yeah, just kidding.
We're just responding to user feedback.
Yeah, no, I mean, you have a great attitude with it, and thank you guys for continuing to play, continuing to give us feedback. And let's go through the crafting really quickly. I'll share my screen and just show you guys what that looks like, because I think it is really nice. So basically, in the collection page, you go up to craft, and what we're doing now is you'll have a crafting menu where you can see the different recipes. These recipes will be, if you have a toggle here where you can see which recipes you can actually craft based on your inventory. And this is one thing requested from the current UI, because certain recipes, if you don't have the cards, they still showed up as being craftable, but they're not. And so this is now in there. And you can also see what inputs will get burnt and then what outputs you'll get. The system we designed is more scalable, so we can actually put in multiple outputs and multiple inputs eventually. So this will be cool when we want to get to some more complex crafting recipes. Obviously, the ones to start are going to be just inputting a certain amount of low rarity card and outputting a percent chance of 1 or 2 cards of a higher rarity. So this also shows the different Marshall prices. And then once you go and craft, once you select a recipe, essentially what will happen is it will go to a phase where you select what mint numbers you want. And it will also give you a progress bar to show how many mints you have to select in order to continue. And it will show you the numbers so you can decide which ones. Obviously, they're probably going to be the higher mint numbers you guys want. And then when you select all of them, it will allow you to craft the recipe, and then you get to the animation. So the animation is pretty much what it is now, where it kind of vortex all the cards together, burns them, and then it shows you the new one. Or if you fail, it shows you that you didn't get any, and if you critically succeed, it shows you two. So like Charlie said, this is what we're wrapping up this week, and that should be ready to go next week. Any questions on that? All right, we definitely have some questions on Baronauts, on allow list. So I'm going to take most of the time today and just go through all of the details, because that's really the next big thing happening for us. Next week, we have the Baronaut PFP launch. We have one tardigrade left, so I'm going to go through all those details now. And hopefully that will really help people that are new to the server. Shout out to the Honey Jar for getting us into their program. We have a campaign called Crimson Crusade, which is on their platform. And I'll actually show you guys what that looks like too after we go through the Baronaut changes. Okay, so let's do that. Oh yeah, I also just want to show like the latest build. So let me go through the Baronaut stuff first, and then we'll go through the build, and then we'll talk about the Honey Jar. So the best source of truth is we have the Medium article. We also have the website. The website, we need to add some of the new numbers, but I'll just go through this since this is up to date. So Baronaut PFP launch is basically the ultimate NFT for Outpost Surge. Outpost Surge is the roguelike deck building game that we are launching on Berachain, and it's going to be out in June as closed beta to Baronaut holders. So they give you a custom in-game identity. They come with a ton of perks, ongoing ecosystem utility. There's both perks inside the game. There's airdrops of Marsha as well as Surge crates. And then we have some physical merch as well. So the background of the Baronauts is we, as the ISA, designed spacesuits that make it easier to explore the Red Planet, taking inspiration from bears. And we have the Bera helmets, which is a specially designed helmet for the astronauts with improved hearing, sense of smell, and a sporadically yelling ooga booga as they do when they're searching for Martian honey. So these are all the traits for Baronauts. We have 8 traits, essentially, or trait categories. So as you're unveiling your Baronaut, you want to look for variations in these 8 traits. The variations are super important because there's 3 main tiers of rarity for Baronauts, and the tiers are very important because they tie directly to the rewards. So the first tier is if your Baronaut has only common, uncommon, or rare traits, it falls into the standard tier. Epic is if your Baronaut contains at least 1 epic or legendary trait. So it could be all common except 1 trait that's legendary or epic, and you fall into this tier. Mythic means your Baronaut is going to fall into the mythic tier, and you just need 1 mythic trait. So again, if you have all common traits but 1 mythic, because you're super lucky, you're probably also holding an inverse tardigrade because those are super rare as well. And you just need 1 trait to fall into this tier, and then you get the mythic rewards. So as you're revealing your Baronauts on the 17th, look for these traits. All right, so that's this. Any questions on this so far? Should be pretty straightforward. I will definitely get to all the criteria of the allow list, by the way. But I'll just answer that one year prints really quickly. So do inverse tardigrades convert to mythic Baronaut drops? Oh man, no, they do not. So the inverse tardigrade is just all that it gets you is it gets you a Baronaut, and then it's random. So it's a random process of generating the traits, and so you will get a Baronaut airdrop to you, but it might be mythic, it might be legendary, it might be epic. You basically just have to find out, and then we only have 3,500 Baronauts total, which is a very small number. We cut the supply over half because we really wanted these to be for people who are early supporters of the game. And so if you want to go for Mythic because you want those boosted rewards, then you might want to get more than one Baronaut. Or if you have one airdrop, you might want to grab one in the sale so that you can have a higher chance of getting the Mythic, because those are going to go for significantly higher than the listing price. Not financial advice, and I'm not telling you guys it will, but they're very, very low quantity. So, and keep in mind, these tardigrades have been minting out in like 2 or 3 minutes. So a lot of eyes, a lot of attention on this. So just keep that in mind. Now, the full breakdown of all the traits are here. So, for instance, I might have the common helmet, the chrome lens, the sport coat, the standard bear chain patch, buildings, and sunset. But if I also have the hood up as my Baronaut, I qualify for epic. If I get, all the silver traits and then I qualify, and then I have the white stripe, that means I qualify for mythic. Obviously, the aliens is mythic because that's insane. That's the one that I'm going for because it's one of my favorite. But there's also the bear on Mars, which is super fun. Yeah, Charlie, which one are you going for?
I'm going for the bear. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So that white stripe alone is OP. It's basically like the white lightsaber that the Mandalorian has. So, we obviously took inspiration from lightsaber colors on this. So, yeah. Any other questions so far? So basically, as you're unveiling your Baronaut, have this chart open and then check the traits and see which ones you have. But this chart is on our Twitter, it's on our website, it's in Medium, it's on Telegram. We have it everywhere, so it should be easy to find. Make it your wallpaper, print it out, put it all over your house. Do all that. So why are these so useful? We have tons of utility and rewards. So the first thing is that all the Baronauts come with early game access. So in June, we are targeted to launch the closed beta, and only the Baronaut holders will get access to these game builds between closed beta and when we open up the game for everyone. So it's going to be playable for a smaller group that is really interested in shaping the game, wants to get in, check it out, check out all the cards, start making strategies, and participate in the latest and greatest from Thrive on Mars. So that's a big deal. The second is all of the Baronauts get mystery crates. I'll actually go down to this graphic because it's a little bit more visual. All of the Baronauts get mystery crates when we release the Outpost Surge crates, but the more rare tiers get more of these crates. These crates will give you basically the cards to play the higher levels of the game, and they will be purchasable for Marsha, as well as Bear Token and probably Ethereum in a marketplace that we are also standing up for the game. But if you want to get your deck, you want to get it with all the. We're obviously going to make sure you guys get like the best, of the early cards. So this is going to be the best way to get the Outpost Surge cards. This is a major airdrop as well. So Mythic tier gets 500,000 Marsha. That's equivalent to like $85 or $90 right now. Epic tier gets 100,000. Standard tier gets 20,000. This will be more than enough Marsha for you to play the game, for you to buy additional cards, play ranked modes. We're still determining the criteria for ranked modes and some of the mechanics there, but this should get you well into the game. If you get multiple Baronauts, you get multiple of these airdrops, of course. So if you get 2 Mythics, you'll get 1 million Marsha. The PFP will also be used in all the Thrive games. So we are changing the PFP in Mission Control from a mission patch to astronauts. Everyone will get a default astronaut, but the people that got Baronauts will get the Baronaut. Mission patches will be used in a different capacity, but we're transitioning over to a astronaut identity for the identity system in all of our games, and Baronauts will be pretty much legendary regardless because there's only 3,500. And if you have those mythic Baronauts, you basically are showcasing that you're an OG and a legendary astronaut. The Martian Resident game will also come with a Baronaut character. You can only see that skin if you have a Baronaut in your wallet. And then we're doing a bunch of real world items. We're doing digital wallpapers, a keychain. This might also be a patch. We're still working out with the manufacturer. The Outpost Surge sticker pack, which is going to be limited edition to Outpost Surge, and then selection of printable posters. So these are things that really only will be available for Baronaut holders, and marks the launch. They'll be collectible within themselves, and those are also going to be really cool. We did decide to remove the figurine because the figurines are extremely expensive to manufacture. And since we decided to do a significantly more limited quantity of Baronauts, it doesn't make sense for us to incur that cost right now when it could be going to making the game better. So we just made that decision. It's the right decision for us at this moment in time. But I do want feedback from you guys on what physical goods you want to see, because our new marketplace will actually support physical goods for Marsha. I will say that one more time. Our new marketplace has the ability to support physical goods for Marsha token. That is alpha. Alpha right there. I will say the third time. Our new marketplace supports physical goods for Marsha. So eventually we will be able to make that system work where if you guys have Marsha, you want really cool astronaut stuff, merch, figurines, mission patches, you name it. And we'll make the coolest stuff. That's one of my passions, is making some really cool stuff for this community, physical goods, physical merch. If you have Marsha, it should be supported within that marketplace. So it's really cool. 3D printed life-size Baronaut helmet. It's definitely in the cards. I mean, as long as you're stacking Marsha. And I'm actually going to go over to the mint details now. So these are, let me ask if you guys have any more questions. Physical Outpost Surge cards. Yeah, so Outpost Surge would be a fantastic board game, right? And that's one of the things we're looking at. when we look at PvP, PvE even, it would be a really good deck and board game. So if you want a physical copy of Outpost Surge, that will probably be in the cards, no pun intended, in the future. Charlie liked that one.
I saw you there. Yeah.
Really said chocolate. Yeah, actually, we started discussions with one of the easiest ways to get an airdrop allocation. And do you guys want me to go through how to add liquidity now, or are you guys pretty familiar with it?
We
It's
got
easy.
one. It's easy. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think we're good.
And the collection strength leaderboard is the second way. So you have to be in the top 50 of this leaderboard. And it looks like 296,000 collection strength is what will get you there. So these are the first two criteria. Then the third is you need to collect an inverse bear tardigrade. Again, you just need to qualify for each one of these will get you a Baronaut. So if you qualify for all 5, you get 5 Baronauts. If you just qualify for 1, you get 1 Baronaut. And for inverse tardigrades, if you have multiple inverse tardigrades, you'll get 1 Baronaut per inverse tardigrade, even if they're in the same wallet. So you can go and grab all the inverse tardigrades you want on OpenSea, and you can get all the Baronauts you want. The fourth one is one that a lot of people are asking about. So I'll go through that now. Essentially, you need to collect 1 of each standard tardigrade variety in order to qualify for this. We've minted 9 varieties so far, and we're minting the 10th in 2 days on Saturday. And that one will be the Aerodrome tardigrade. If you go to Kingdomly right now and you scroll down, you'll of course see our game as featured, but you can see the lovely Aerodrome tardigrade here. And you can see that the mint starts 5/11 at 4 p.m. UTC. These are the other 9 varieties. So we have Honey Jar, we have Goldilocks, Stack of Salmon, Shogun, Barrowland, Baritone, Gummy, Yeet, and Kodiak. And if you go to OpenSea and you go to any of these on here, you can see what the market's like. Gummy tardigrades right now are going for about $90. The floor is $90 for these. So, if you got one, lucky you. But a lot of these are going pretty quickly. So you want to grab them, go for it. But you need 1 of each variety in order to qualify for this. And don't get more than 1 if you in the same wallet, because it won't count. We're just counting. You can only qualify this per wallet once. So, for instance, if you have 3 of each variety, you'll still only get 1 Baronaut for that wallet. So either spread it out to multiple wallets or sell the ones that you don't want. Yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions on that. Stephanie, could you say that again? There's a way to add the mint reminders on calendar. Yeah, so I'll say that again, just really quickly. So if you go to Thrive on Mars Games Outpost Surge, which I'll post in the chat now, and you scroll to the bottom, you'll see the roadmap. And the roadmap has buttons here. And if you click this, it will just go straight to your calendar, and it will add the event automatically at the time the mint starts on May 15th, next Wednesday. So this is really helpful. I would highly recommend just getting it on your calendar, just so that you don't miss out on the initial mint. Yeah, so many of us have 3 of each tardigrade drop. You encourage us to share them, but understandably, many won't. That being said, many will utilize 3 wallets. If we go that route, it's enough to have a set in each wallet. Just each wallet has to be connected to a Thrive account or anything like that. So if you just spread them out between 3 wallets, then you'll get free Baronauts. You don't need to connect it to the mission control game. We're just looking at the wallets. So that's fine if you want to go that direction. But I would, maybe be generous. Give a friend a couple of the tardigrades. Spread the love around. Get some more people involved. There'll be plenty of opportunities to get NFTs, get things, and you guys are really part of the core community. So, sometimes it's nice to be generous. Man just says, yeah, be generous. So yes, do what you want, but we're trying to be generous to others. Okay. That is the detail for the airdrop. And then, of course, the top 10 on the Galaxy campaign. You guys mentioned that the Shogun tardigrade is not getting confirmed, so I will look into that once I'm out of the capital. I'll look into that, and then I'll also post the honey tardigrade there and the Baradrome, so all of those will be available for you guys to collect points and maximize your point allocation. If you're in the top 10, we will give Baronauts to those. What we'll probably do is just essentially take the top 10 that are rendering on the leaderboard. I know there's sort of a tie right now, and we'll try to figure out the most fair way to do this. But essentially, there's like 8 in number 1 position. So if like 2 more get into number 1 position with 370, then we'll probably just award those. But it's looking like we'll just give these 2 that are rendering on the top the other 2 Baronauts. Any questions? Any additional questions on airdrop? Closing validation issues. Yeah, I don't know what to tell you there. I mean, they've all worked for me, and sometimes Galaxy's a little buggy. You have to reload the page, log out, log in, but it should work eventually. If it doesn't, I don't really know. Maybe you can reach out to Galaxy. So how will the snapshot take place regarding MetaMask? The snapshot will take place on May 13th at 4 p.m. UTC. We will basically just take that block, that 4 p.m. block around there, and use that to grab all of the wallet addresses. So basically, all you really need to know is if you're qualifying for airdrops, make sure that you have all the assets in your wallet before May 13th at 4 p.m. If you're going for a leaderboard position, there's probably going to be a little bit of a race till 4 p.m. on this Monday, so be attentive. Probably make sure you have a little extra liquidity, a little bit extra collection strength if you're going for those, because after May 13th at 4 p.m., the snapshot is over. And so make sure you get your spot and you secure it for that particular time and day. It's next Monday. So the snapshot for MetaMask, you don't need to do anything. We are just automatically taking that snapshot. So like all you need to do is make sure things are in your wallet. For the collection strength and March to Stake leaderboards, you need to make sure that your MetaMask wallet is connected to the game UI. So if you go to profile settings, I'm not going to log in here, but if you go to profile settings, you should be able to connect your MetaMask wallet there, and that will allow us to pick it up. If you don't connect it by May 13th at 4 p.m., then we won't be able to give you that airdrop. So let's move on to the allow list. There's different ways to get allow listed for that discount price. You need to either hold a OG Berachain NFT. So any of these collections, just hold that in your wallet. You're on the allow list. For 100 points or more on the Galaxy Quest. So this is really easy to do. Just collect a couple tardigrades. You're basically, and then validate it. There's also the onboarding quest, which goes up to 85 points. So you can do that as well. And then hold at least 20 collection strength in mission control, or be the top 200 in Martian Stake leaderboard. So you just need to do one of these. You don't need to do all of them, just one, and you're on the allow list. You can purchase up to a maximum of 3 Baronauts per wallet on the allow list. And that's pretty much it. Any questions there? So let me connect MetaMask with my account. Try the Binance Smart Chain. That's the one that should work. Don't try the Ethereum network, try the Binance Smart Chain network. Your MetaMask will automatically change the network for you, and it should work for you then. You tried. I don't really know what to tell you. Do we have a ticket?
Yeah, okay. This might be an issue of the wallet. I mean, I'm not saying it is, but one thing to think about is it could be an issue of the wallet already existing on another account. Because we've seen this before recently.
Can one of our devs look at that specific account and then see if it's on another account?
Yeah. So really, can you just reach out to Stephanie and myself and tell us what the username is, and we'll go look it up.
Yeah, maybe Stephanie, Stephanie, maybe you can link Charlie with the issue, the open ticket. I'm sure the wallet address is in there. Okay, cool. Let's move on. So that's the allow list criteria. And then we have the public mint, which is going to be going live at the same time. And we're basically going to reserve 1,500 for the allow list, and then the rest will be public. And we think that that's pretty fair in terms of quantity. And once the allow list mint, like once that 1,500 is minted, then the only way to get Baronaut, even if you qualify for the allow list, will be through the public price. The tardigrades, we have the Baradrome one coming this Saturday, which I mentioned. That's the last one. Make sure you're there for that. There's only 1,000 that will mint there. The allow list snapshot is next Monday, May 13th. The mint is May 15th at 4 p.m. And then we're actually minting all of them without traits. So your mint will actually look like a question mark, which is totally normal. This is something we wanted to try out. We think it'll be a fun thing for us to all reveal our traits at the same time on May 17th on Friday. And once those traits are revealed, then you really get to see what you got. So it'll be kind of like 48 hours of grabbing your Baronaut and then the reveal. So I think that'll be really fun, and we want to try it out. Manjo, some of the repairs some of the farms are missing. We are working with Alcor to get those back. We apologize for that. It's just something that on their interface, we're not allowed to see it right now. It's kind of weird. So we'll do our best to get that back as soon as possible. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the mint schedule. Again, go to Twitter, help us share this message. That will be really amazing for us. Looks like we got lots of comments, lots of excitement, lots of buzz happening around, which is great. Definitely go check out our trailer, which is also pinned to our Twitter account. And what else am I missing? Is there anything else I should cover, you think, Charlie?
No, I think we've gone through it all. Is there anything you want to cover on updates on any one of the games, Martian Resident, Outpost Surge, anything like that?
Yeah, so for Outpost Surge, we have new cards that are coming, right? So like we started putting in the actual card effects, inputs and outputs, that sort of thing. So you can see that here in this latest build. We are definitely like working more on the card effects and everything right now. The camera focuses on hazard damage, which is pretty cool. And of course, I don't know if you guys have seen missions, but this is what the missions look like. I'll wait till the hazard hits. So the missions, they have a fuel amount or data amount or construction amount, and they have a surge point cost or reward. And so essentially you strategize which ones to go after based on which rewards they have, how far they are away. And you have to get close enough to actually activate them. So you just saw that I went into 1 hex away from both these, so they now activate. So then I can go here and I have a slider and I can contribute up to my resource amount that I have. So I'm going to contribute those. You can see that my fuel went down, my fuel went up here. And basically I need to get some more fuel cards to allow me to complete this mission. So I'll go ahead and try to play the rest of these. I got 5 more fuel for my command post. This is going to be a good one because it generates 20 fuel. I can play this one, which is a big one too. So how do I do that? I should have enough fuel now to complete this mission. My whole settlement's gonna get wiped out from this hazard. Yeah. So we're looking forward to getting the healing cards and shield cards in the game because those will really help make sure that you can keep your items on the board. But I'm going to go ahead and contribute here. You can see that it put my fuel down. My mission is now complete, and I have 384 surge points extracted. So that's basically the mission loop. We're obviously going to refine this a lot. We're going to put more logic on the surge point quantities, the fuel quantities, all that stuff. But it's the loop itself is there, and now we are just going to start balancing it essentially. So yeah, I mean that's basically the Outpost Surge game. I also wanted to make sure you guys saw the latest announcement we did. which is the Mars Innovation Challenge. This is something that I presented here in Washington, D.C. to the students at this conference that I'm at, which is the Humans to Mars conference. And the Mars Innovation Challenge was a competition worldwide where hundreds of students came and submitted entries to solve the UN sustainability objectives. And those entries were all based on Mars innovations. So the goal was to find the most innovative ideas that could be added to the game world. And we selected a Romanian team that created a aeroponic greenhouse with some really innovative technologies. And then our team is in the process of designing and implementing that design into the game worlds. So it's a super cool initiative. It was our first, hopefully, of many. And it also kind of proved out the pipeline of crowdsourcing innovation and then bringing that into our game worlds. And that's, I think, a really good demonstration of how we can do it not only with students, but also with other companies and startups. So we're going to continue to push that forward. The overall response to Thrive was extremely positive because it's clear and apparent that gaming is a major way we can get more people involved in space, because it's an easy entry point and billions of gamers are gaming right now worldwide. And so it makes space more accessible, and we are really pioneering the overlap between the real world use cases and gaming. So that was received really well, and people are super excited about it and want to get involved. So there's various conversations we're having about the best ways to integrate our game worlds with other initiatives. We are the only Web3, definitely the only Web3 game here. Also the only game platform here. So definitely still early, but there is interest in the economic implications of Mars. There's some discussions around that. And, Web3, I think, will continue to be more prominent as time goes on.
That's a great update. That's good to get from there.
Yeah. And as we integrate that into the game world, we'll showcase more footage on it. But it was a super cool thing. And I'm going to be meeting with the students next week to just congratulate them. They weren't able to come to the conference itself, but they were really, really happy to be selected. And so that was all awesome. All right. I think that's about it. I'm pretty much at time. So with that, do you guys have anything else before we wrap up today?
I don't. Have a great rest of the day over there on the hill.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys. We have lots in the pipeline, as your print said. Fairnouts are the next thing on the agenda, so make sure you mark your calendars. Next week's going to be a hectic week. Definitely grab 1 or 2 or 10. It helps support us, so really would be amazing. And Zork to the moon and Mars. Thanks, guys. See you guys next week.
Bye.